December 20th. A murder 13 years ago. Scarlet Star 25 years ago. Chapter 4, December 21st, 1980. It's almost Christmas! Oh, the game's definitely going to end at Christmas, surely. December 21st, Sunday morning. I wake up suddenly, again. We paid our rent, which is fun. And we also have like an entry to get $1,000, potentially. As soon as I open my eyes, I can hear my mom's voice echoing in my head. Last night on the phone, she said, "Scarlet Star?" No, I never heard your father say that. Still half asleep, I get out of bed, wash my face, and throw on some clothes. I decide to take a stroll to a small park I know 2 blocks from here. We're leaving? The hotel? What? Oh my god. The chill air that breezes past me as I sit on the cold bench is kind of refreshing. It kind of makes sense considering we're playing this game over multiple days versus like one night. It would be kind of crazy if we didn't leave the house. It definitely helps to wake me up a little more. Item: locate the Scarlet Star which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. No matter how hard I try, I just can't get that mysterious order sheet out of my head. And we're back in. I think it's about time I checked out the 4th floor. Mr. Hyde, hold it right there. Huh? Betty?
Are you ignoring me, Mr. Hyde? I was walking behind you for ages. I tried calling out to you several times, but you wouldn't even turn around.
Me when I have my headphones on? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. Looks like you're not as alert as you used to be, Kyle. Maybe there was some truth in what Rex said after all.
So, have you found a new place to live yet?
Haven't even started looking.
You're taking it very easy for someone who'll be out of the streets shortly.
How about you? When do you plan on moving out?
I'm all set to go on Friday. I'll be here for Christmas, though. After all, I wouldn't want to miss Santa now, would I?
Yeah, Christmas would be on... This is 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That would be Wednesday, so she would be here.
How would he know what to deliver all my presents?
Are you kidding me?
Tony's such a nice guy. He said he'd be my Santa for this year.
He what?
I know, isn't it great? He even said he'd get me that Bella Regina handbag I've been dreaming about.
He can't even afford rent. Where's he getting that from? Bella Regina? Is that a person or something?
Come on, Mr. Hyde. Everyone knows Bella Regina. It's that brand that's taken the world by storm. Clothes, handbags, that brand has everything a girl could want. The prices are a bit high, but it's also gorgeous.
Are you seriously... You think Tony's gonna come through and get that for you?
Well, sure. He keeps saying how he's gonna be getting some serious cash any day now.
Serious cash? Him?
After seeing a movie last night, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I thought it'd be rude not to accept his offer to get me something.
I hope you know what you're getting yourself into, Betty. He set his sights on you. You shouldn't lead him on if you don't care about him.
You don't have to worry about me, Mr. Hyde. Tony knows all too well that he's not my type. Oh, did you hear the news?
I don't know if he does.
About that jewelry robbery that happened nearby?
Yeah, I heard.
It happened at a jeweler's very near where I work. I couldn't believe it when I heard.
That reminds me. I wonder who that woman in the hat was. In the super scrunchy video. Maybe she was paying a visit to one of the tenants here. Hey Betty, did you see a woman wearing a hat hanging around on Thursday night? She might have been visiting someone living here.
A woman wearing a hat? Can't say I did, sorry.
Never mind.
Okay, see you later, Mr. Hyde.
Betty says goodbye and makes her way up the stairs. Bye, Betty. Oh god, not using controller for this. I guess let's go back? Unless... Greetings, Mr. Hyde. Good morning, Miss Patrice. Have you been out? Yeah, I just went for a short stroll. Really? Is that so? I'm glad I caught you. I wanted to thank you again for settling your rent. It may not have been as prompt as desired, but at least I got the money in full. If only some of the others could follow your example and do the same. Miss Rivet in 206, for example, she called to ask if I would wait a little longer, and Mr. Wolf, well, he's performed his usual disappearing act. I mean, this is the busiest I've ever been since coming here. Having unreliable tenants is a burden I'd rather not have to bear. It's probably for the best that you're selling this place then. I imagine it's a pain. It certainly is, Mr. Hyde. Oh, by the way, there's something I have to mention. What is it? Before we vacate the building, we'll be cutting the power to rooms that aren't in use. The 4th floor is scheduled first. It'll have no power as of the 25th. The power to the hallway will be off too. I'd like you to refrain from going there. Mrs. Patrice, can I ask you something? That depends. What is it? Would it be possible to see the rooms up there before the power's cut off? And why would you want to do that, Mr. Hyde? Do you have a valid reason? Not really, just to satisfy my curiosity. There really is nothing of interest up there. It was never renovated like the other floors, so it's just as it used to be. I imagine that by now, the rooms are literally covered in dust as well. Surely there's no reason you need to go and see those rooms. Actually, I've been wanting to take a look around up there since moving in. When I heard we'd all be moving out, I just thought this would be my last chance. I know it must sound strange, but I really like to take a look around. Would you make an exception just this once? I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. That area is off limits for a reason. It's in a state of disrepair, and if an accident were to befall you, I'd be responsible. Don't cause any unnecessary trouble for me. I have enough to deal with as it is. A murder reason? Don't worry about it. Yeah, of course you do. In fact, I'd be grateful if you could avoid mentioning this again. We literally keep doing this though. Like, I like how she expects us to not continually mention doing this. The 4th floor is strictly off limits to tenants. That's one of the reasons the fire door was installed. Actually, I've been told rather specifically to leave that floor untouched. The new owners were quite clear about their wishes. Oh. Interesting. Could it be people who know about the Scarlet Star and know that it might be there? Personally, I find it ridiculous. Why would you want to see those rooms at all? Okay, point taken. Just keeping them off limits takes more effort than you may think. It would have been far more practical to have converted them along with the rest. Oh, so they're gonna leave that place completely off limits. What kind of person is the new owner? Without divulging any particulars, let me tell you this. They weren't only interested in the building, but in the land as well. Isn't that usually how that works? When you buy... Actually, I'm not sure in cities if you have to buy a building, but like the land still belongs to someone else. Can you tell me who bought it? For obvious reasons, I can't reveal the person's name. But why are you so keen to know about them, Mr. Hyde? I've been thinking about the whole thing. Why is it so important to you? The new owner asked you to leave the 4th floor as it is, but if they're only going to tear the place down anyway, something just doesn't feel right about that. So I was curious. I see.
It may be strange, but it's entirely up to them what they do with the property.
That's so suspicious, though. Why was the fourth floor not converted?
I simply couldn't afford it. After my husband passed away, I was left to fend for myself. I had to use all the money that had been left to me to buy this place. There simply wasn't enough to convert each and every room. If the truth be known, times were very tough here at the beginning. I apologize for taking up so much of your time with our chat, Mr. Hyde. I'll be on my way now.
No, girl. We want to know more. So the fourth floor is just as it was 13 years ago. Mr. Hyde. Who else? Dylan. It's you. Can I ask you something? You better not be wasting my time. You want to see what's up on the fourth floor, right? I can show you. But you've got to promise me you won't breathe a word of it to Mrs. Patrice.
Why is he so scared of Patrice?
Were you eavesdropping just now? I wasn't eavesdropping, I just happened to overhear your conversation. I just happened to be out eavesdropping on your conversation. Anyway, if you really want to take a look up on the fourth floor, I can open the fire door for you and let you in. On one condition, though. What's the catch? I want to hear about that guy. Could you be more specific? Rex Foster, I want you to tell me about him. I thought I was a curious type. I'm not an information service, you know. Why do you want to know about him? You say this as you ask everyone else for a million questions. Why? Because I'm curious, that's all. He's been snooping around here for 2 or 3 days. He even asked me for some information about a second floor resident. Dylan? I thought I warned you to steer clear of him. He's bad news. But Mr. Hyde, if he's such bad news, why did you speak with him in the lobby last night? How did he... It's not like I was talking to him in such a public location that anyone could have overheard that. You were listening then too, were you? No, I was just in the right place at the right time. I was coming down the stairs and I heard voices in the lobby. So, you managed to discover that he's an insurance investigator then. What if I did? And you also figured out that he's been targeting a woman living here. Maybe. You don't have to cover it up. I know what's going on. It's Mari from 206. That's who he's after. I'm right, aren't I? You can tell me. Okay. Dylan, look. Suppose you overheard that too? Yeah, kinda. You think this is some kind of game? I thought so. Looks like I was right on the money this time. Stop jumping to conclusions. Take it easy. There's no need to get worked up or anything. I'm getting a little tired of your bull, Dylan. Speaking to you is just a waste of time and energy. That's a little strong, Mr. Hyde. I'm out of here. That's wild. Time and energy. Bye, Dylan. What's up with Dylan just now? Why is he so interested in Mari? Kyle, you literally just said I'm done speaking to you, and now you want me to go back and ask you more questions? Kyle, I'm sick of you! You got a moment? What can I do for you? Why are you so interested in Mari? Why are you so interested in Mari anyway? Well, I wanted to make sure. You know, like check if my assumptions were correct. And what exactly are your assumptions? Well, for one, that Mari isn't the person everyone thinks she is. There's something you should know, Mr. Hyde. I knew Mari before she moved in here. That's what I'm curious about. That's why I'm curious about her activities. Did you? How did you know her? How did you know her before moving in here? Well, it's like this. When her husband was still alive, I did some repair work on the water pipes in the house I used to live in. They had a house? She seems she doesn't remember me at all, though. My suspicions were raised even back then. I had a strange feeling about her. What do you mean? You see, she and her husband had a really bad relationship. When I was fixing the pipes, they were quarreling almost all the time. Then 6 months later, her husband winds up dead. That's about the time the insurance company began looking into her. I get a sudden realization the moment I step away from a conversation too, but it's really funny the way Kyle's like, no, I need to go back and ask him right now, even after I literally said I'm sick of you. It's like, Kyle! Hey, thanks for sticking around, Brinal Chaser. Oh god, he's still stuck. Bye, Dylan. Oh, hi, Dylan. Dylan left so Dylan could still speak. I'm almost afraid to say it, but I think that Mari may have had her husband murdered to claim the insurance money. No way. That's crazy. So that's what you've been thinking about. Yeah. You seem to be the kind of guy who likes to unravel mysteries. Do I? That explains why you were excited when you discovered I was a detective. Then when you got wind of Mari's husband dying, you jumped to the conclusion that she must have murdered him in order to claim the insurance money. Isn't that what Wait. I can't remember. Did we come to that conclusion too, or did we hear that from someone else? Maybe we heard that from Rex, actually. Or maybe we made that conclusion. I don't remember. Someone made that conclusion. It's true. I love this kind of thing. He just loves his true crime. And you know what? That's fair. You have to admit, it's fun to uncover a secret about someone. And Kyle can't even not admit that. Like, Kyle can't even say anything because that's literally his job. If you come with me, Mr. Hyde, I'll let you take a look around the 4th floor. If you're serious about wanting to check out those rooms, meet me up there at 4 this afternoon. Alright, I got things to do. Kyle's angry. He's so grumpy that he can't dispute that. This guy has some serious problems. I don't want to miss this chance. So, anyway, gotta get myself up to the 4th floor by 4. Whoa, that's a lot of 4s. It's my pager. How am I? I'm doing super good. I kind of overslept today, but you know what? Sometimes we need that. Sometimes that's like important. I was also out of bacon, so I made a very mushroomy breakfast today. I had a couple of giant chestnut mushrooms left, and I just like chopped them all up. Made some egg, made some baked beans, ran out of Worcestershire sauce, so I couldn't add that to the baked beans because I found that, oh my god, guys, how to level up your baked beans, add some butter, add some Worcestershire sauce. Amazing. It makes it taste so much better. Anyway, I had all of that together, so it wasn't a bad breakfast. It was just very baconless. I believe it was the other guy that worked for the insurance, but not 100% on it. Yeah, I think it was Rex, wasn't it, that came up with that. Better get back to my room. Time to speak to, Rachel? I'm gonna bet Rachel. Or Mother. Rachel or Mother is calling us. I like your avatar design? Thank you! It is based on this game's art style. Leather beans do be easy to level up. They really are. Just getting back into drawing? Oh, hell yeah! What are you drawing? And what medium are you using? You should join us on Wednesday. We're gonna have a Genshin art stream. We're gonna draw Genshin characters. You friends OC? Hell yeah! Time to call Rachel. Oh, it is Rachel. I completely missed that they actually mentioned who called in the pager. Traditional art and freehand drawing style, nice. The day I do figure drawing sessions, typically Coco hates me. I'm sorry. You know, I still haven't gone to that figure drawing class. I'm gonna do it this Thursday, trust. Which works out well because one of my friends is going to Amsterdam on Thursday, so we're gonna hang out on Tuesday instead, and we changed plans, which means I can go on Thursday. How's the gym? I totally went to the gym for sure today. I definitely did that. I totally didn't just like oversleep and decide not to go. Listen, okay, tomorrow morning, guys, tomorrow morning before work, I'm gonna go to the gym. Trust, I'm gonna go, I swear. Anyway. I hear a man's voice in the tape. I don't recognize him. Oh, that's not Rachel. If you wish to accept my order, respond in kind. Who is this guy? Put a penny in the envelope. Leave it in the mailbox for room 404. When I receive your response, I'll send further information about the item and the client. Why do I feel like this might be Dylan? Using maybe a voice changer or getting someone else to talk for him? Because isn't it strange that Dylan just suddenly made us go to the 4th floor? Like, he's giving us an opportunity to respond to this message by taking us to the 4th floor. I don't know. He's being very overeager about that. He's just being very helpful, and I don't trust that in people. When I receive your response, I'll send further information about the item and the client. Okay. Now I'm supposed to reply to that order sheet? Who sent the damn thing anyway? I've really got to figure that out. There goes my pager again. Get the message, Rachel. I'll give you a call. Okay, so Rachel did tell us to call back. Interesting. Red Crown, how may I help you? Like game's art style and cell shading. Oh my god, this game's art style is beautiful. It's gorgeous. That's why I had to do a ping tuber for it. Unfortunately not animated, but listen, we do our best. And I am simply not good at animation. Maybe one day. Rachel, it's me. Summing up. Also, the rotoscope is incredible. I got some additional info on Rex Foster that I thought you'd like to hear. I also uncovered something about Hotel Cape West. Ooh, did you? Good work. What's the dirt on Rex? I've made some calls and it seems his reputation precedes him. He's definitely freelance, plus I found out he's contracted on a commission basis. Commission basis? Yeah. Seems he makes all his money doing this kind of work. The rumors about him getting brought in to investigate insurance claims, and the insurers ending up not having to issue payout to the policyholders are also true. The fun thing about this is if you compare the models in-game to the real-life actors, or the people that they base the models off of, who are rotoscoped, you can see the similarities. Like, they are literally identical, but even though they traced it, they did add their own art style to it. Like, you can see it in the video where they show them rotoscoping them. Like, they do change the art style. They're not just, like, tracing it exactly. They're kind of, like, putting down the rough estimates and drawing it in their own kind of style. Which is really cool, because it does have a very distinct look. Guess the insurance companies must have loved the guy then. From their point of view, he represents a very valuable commodity. I like the realistic anime look. Me too. I've always really loved that kind of like more realistic anime look that you can get. You get that in like the more grungier kind of animes. Like I'm thinking like Ergo Proxy kind of style, where it literally looks like Evanescence because it's like, yeah, it's very, very close to kind of realism, but it's still got that stylistic part about it. Studio Ghibli and JoJo Bizarre vibes? Okay, that's not where I was thinking. Studio Ghibli is definitely more of like a stylized look, which is not bad, but it's just very, I wouldn't say that's close to realism. But it's definitely a different look from that kind of, actually no, I get what you mean. It's different from that kind of like big eyes moe kind of anime style that is like quite prevalent. But yeah, this one is definitely more to like real human proportions. Paying him for his services cost him far less than settling the policy payouts. That makes sense. Hey, Kyle. Is Rex after someone in the building? Seems to be. Do you know anything about them? It's a woman on the same floor as me, going by the name Mari Rivet. Mari? So it's a woman he's after. Yeah, 30-something widow who moved here about half a year ago. So are you close to her? Not really. I've hardly even spoken to her until now. I did have a chat with her about Rex Foster, though. Him hanging around all the time has really put her on edge. Which is fair. If I were being stalked by some random guy who's tapping my phone, I'd be very upset too. Seems strange you're having these kinds of discussions with people you hardly know. Trust me, I never planned on getting involved. It just kind of happened. I guess you know what you're doing. Can't say I trust her, though. Right, okay. This is the second person. No, the third person that's like, you shouldn't trust Mari. Tell me what you dug up about Hotel Cape West. Hotel Cape West was constructed in 1950 and eventually closed down 13 years ago. 13 years ago. In 1967, the owner of the hotel at the time was a guy called Michael McGraw. Then, on the final day before the hotel closed down, a party was held by the owner. It was during this party that something terrible happened. Someone was murdered. What do you know about the murder? The victim was Kathy McGraw, the owner's wife. Her body was discovered in a room, oh, that's sad, on the 4th floor. Seems the cause of death was put down to cyanide poisoning. The person who discovered the body was a man named Peter Rivet, a hotel employee. Ah. Peter Rivet. That's the same surname as Mari! Perhaps the most interesting part of all of this is that the case was never solved. Who is working on the case? Because we know a couple of police officers that have popped up from previous cases. The murderer never caught. That's all I have on it for now. Did you find any dirt on anything that happened 25 years ago? 25 years ago? Yeah, the mysterious order sheet I received read, item, locate Scarlet Star disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. No, I didn't find anything on that, but I'll start searching. I'll let you know as soon as something pops up. Thanks, Rachel. I'll be waiting. They're in the walls. Not in the walls. A murder 13 years ago took place on the 4th floor of this building. Oh, what? Ollie just sent me a thing. Near Reincarnation just has, like, it made up a new thing. A private server, so you can just experience the entire story with infinite gems. Whoa! Maybe after playing Drakengard 3. That is wild. I have gone on a bit of a near Drakengard binge lately in terms of like the lore, not in terms of the games, but it has made me realize that they have added a lot of information in Reincarnation to all the other games, because a lot of things I searched up about like the red eyes, the flower, this, that, and the other, they're always like, oh yeah, as mentioned in Reincarnation. I'm like, really? In Reincarnation? What does that mean? I saw your live stream on my Twitch wait, on your recommendation? That's crazy. I wonder why. What do you usually get recommended? Because I feel like our list of games is quite all over the place, to be honest. Maybe for like the art stream that we did last week. Which, I'm sorry, YouTube, you'll never see. Games and art streams, that's fair. Okay, in that case. Although I don't really do art streams too often anymore. I say, but we're going to do one next week. So, hey, tune in if you want to see that. I still don't know what to do for that. I don't know if I want to do a draw pile or if I want to do like just separate arts or maybe just like an art of the characters together. Like my faves together would be nice. I don't know. I'll talk it over with our team. We'll see what we want to do. Person was discovered the body was an employee of the hotel, and it was Mari's dad. Sounds too convenient, but could it have been Mari's late husband? Or that. Or it could be Mari's late husband. Something Dylan said has got me thinking too. Or Mari's brother. Wait, Mari's brother was an employee of the hotel. Maybe Mari's hiding something. If she is, I need to know exactly what it is. Okay. Thank you for yeeting them, Flint. I made an UOC for collab story with a friend. Hell yeah. That spam bot was so bad it didn't even have a like. I know, that's why I got let through. It's like, what was that one that goes around lately? I'm a bot from like this country, but I'm too poor, so could you please delete one of your files, one of your important files for me? Please, thanks, bye. Hey Mari, what's up with your dead brother or dead husband? Do you want to talk? What is it, Mr. Hyde? I think I know something about that bugging device we discussed. Probably a good idea if we talked about it. Of course, please, come in. Mari, I found out that device you spotted as part of Rex's handiwork. Just as I suspected. To make matters worse, this wasn't the only one he'd planted. There was another device in Lucky's cafe near the seat you usually sit at. Oh my. Why would he do something like that? What possible reason could he have? Mari, I need you to be absolutely honest with me. Did you murder your husband? If you can think of a reason he might be after you, you have to let me know. Just what are you implying, Mr. Hyde? That I'm some sort of liar? I just need to be sure. Do you have any idea? Can you think why he'd target you like this? I don't know why you insist on asking me the same thing over and over. I have no idea. I'm asking because I want you to tell me the truth. Mr. Hyde! Someone told me that you and your late husband weren't on the best of terms. This is wild. Who? Dylan. Dylan said that? I think you're hiding something, Mari, and I think it's time you came clean. I had an interesting chat with Rex last night. You were talking with him? Yeah. I tried to get him to stop pestering you and leave. Did you succeed? Not quite, but he told me some really interesting bits of information. Actually, he warned me about getting tied up in your business. What on earth did he mean by that? He seems to be convinced that you're perpetrating some kind of insurance fraud. Fraud? So tell me, did you know that he works as an insurance claims investigator? Mr. Hyde, I... And if you did know, why the hell didn't you mention it earlier? It would have saved me a lot of time and trouble. Mari, is there any truth in what Rex told me? Well, is there?
I...
Push. Mari. Quit with the crying at! Look me in the eyes! Oh my god. We're gonna get kicked out. Look me in the eyes. Damn it, look me in the eyes when I'm speaking to you! Oh my god. We might be pushing a bit hard here.
Mr. Hyde, please, tell me what that awful man said to you.
Let me be clear, I don't trust the guy and sure as hell don't believe his story entirely. But I need to get a better idea of the facts from your perspective. I need to know more about when your husband and brother died.
Mr. Hyde, please! I'm not trying to commit fraud.
The game is smooth, fluid gameplay. It's rotoscoped. It's really, really well done. Rex told me all about you, Mari. He told me about how 13 years ago, after your brother died in the accident, you became the sole beneficiary of the insurance policy payout. Seems the insurance company started getting suspicious from that point.
That's a total lie. Is it?
Mari. Is Rex making all this up? I don't think you're telling me the truth.
Ooh.
I don't think you're telling me the truth.
Why don't you believe?
Oh, she's pissed.
Why don't you believe me?
If you tell me the whole story, maybe I will. I'll ask you again.
Mr. Hyde.
Rex told me all about you, Mari. He told me how 13 years ago, after your brother died in an accident, you became the sole beneficiary of the insurance policy payout. It seems the insurance company started getting suspicious from that point.
That's a total lie. Is it?
Mari. Oh, is Rex making this all up?
Of course he is. Do you mean to say that you'd make this his version of events over mine, Mr. Hyde? He is employed by those companies purely to discredit claims and void payments. I can just imagine all the horrible things he's saying about me. I'm not like that. I was already dragged through all this 13 years ago.
Alright, girl. It'd be awesome idea for a VTuber animation model. Oh my god, I could just imagine how cool it would look. Because have you seen some like really creative VTuber models?
Hold up guys, my mic just disconnected so I can't hear anything. Whoop, there we go.
Yeti!
Like the pixel ones and the low poly ones. Oh my god. Some of them are so cool.
Someone used for Faith in the FNAF fan game, like that art style? Okay, wait, this is a long one. Are you trying to commit insurance fraud? Tell me straight. Are you trying to commit insurance fraud?
Why would I even consider doing that? Is that the kind of person you think I am?
Mari, did you kill your— well, yes. Actually, yes.
Mr. Hyde! I just can't believe you would trust him over me. Of all the people here, I thought you'd be on my side.
We've never spoken until today, so I don't know why you think that, but— well, at least we never spoken until like yesterday. Some people do be really creative with their VTube things lately, for sure. I think like artists just like try to take everything to the next level, and I think that's sick. The ones that do animation and stuff in the VTubey stuff, I just think is crazy. I really tried to do that with the Punktuber, but I gave up. I actually did do multiple frames. I just didn't want to do the shading and everything for it, so I gave up. And that's why we only have 2 frames. Mari, listen. This already happened 13 years ago.
13 years ago, my brother, Mike Porter, died in a car accident. The brakes in his car failed and he plunged off a cliff. After he died, I was truly alone. He was the closest person I had to a parent.
Unless he knew something about the other death in the building and the other people involved in like whatever it went on, they killed him and then they killed her husband. Yeah, animation is a nightmare. I don't know how people do it. The only other person who took care of me like he did was Peter. On the morning of Mike's funeral, Peter gave me an envelope he got from Mike. Inside, I found details of an insurance premium Mike had taken out prior to his death. I was the sole beneficiary of this, but it was a small comfort for losing my brother. Peter told me that Mike wanted nothing more than for me to be happy and secure, and had more provisions that would enable me to live alone without having to worry. The ring you kindly found for me was a present from my beloved Mike. I see. The company that held Mike's policy began to pay out the premium, but before long, they stopped making the payments. Despite the police investigation concluding that his death was accidental, the insurance company believed otherwise and began their own investigation. Mr. Hyde, can you imagine the hardships I had to endure to claim Mike's money? To claim what was rightfully mine. Okay. Did they send someone to keep tabs on you then? Yes, they did. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any proof the car crash was anything other than accident. Eventually, I received the entire payment. Of course, there were still plenty of people who doubted me, but I just had to endure it. During that trying time, it was only Mike's friend, Peter, who stood by me. Interesting! So she got married to her brother's bestie. Isn't that like the plot of every romance book lately? Anyway, after the insurance had been paid out in full, Peter and I got married. So that's how it happened. I want nothing more than to forget that terrible time. But even when I feel I finally put it all behind me, this happens. I can assure you, Mr. Hyde, fraud is something I would never, ever consider. I want to talk about how, beyond the fraud part of this, it would imply that she murdered her brother and murdered her husband. And I think the fraud bit is maybe like the lesser evil of all of this, you know? It's like the implication that she went out and like cut the brakes on his car or something is like way worse. But I like how we're just focusing on this potentially being a fraud instead. You have to believe me. Don't listen to that rat, Rex Foster. Mari. You have to make me believe. I simply don't believe. You have to prove that you didn't do it. Which is, I don't know, kind of a fucked up thing to say to someone who's lost their brother and husband about like their insurance and stuff. It just doesn't add up. How could two people close to you die in near identical ways? I don't know, man. Like the drivers in New York kind of suck. Moreover, they both left you substantial sums of money. But that's how it happened. They were both victims of similar accidents, and both cared for me enough to take out insurance policies that would ensure my security. They loved me and didn't want me to suffer even after they had gone. Just like my brother, Peter also took his policy without telling me. I had no idea I would receive a further payout after Peter died. A further payout? How did you find out? It was after Peter died and I moved here. I was going through his stuff and came across the policy information documents. Why did she leave their house though? Did they not buy the house in full? Or was it like under mortgage and she couldn't afford paying off the rest? Because like that's kind of crazy. If I had a house, I would never go back to living in flats like as a renter, you know? That's wild. Did she sell it off? Like was it like the memories were too much? Very suspicious. I was going through his stuff and I came across the policy information documents. When I read the details, it all became clear and I froze. Peter had done exactly what Mike had done before him and taken out a policy in secret.
Mr. Hyde, I can't believe you would take his word over mine. I want nothing more to do with you.
What? I can't believe this.
Please leave, Mr. Hyde. I have nothing more to say to you.
Come on, be reasonable. Nah, this is fair, actually. Mari insists I leave and practically throws me out. And you know what? I deserve that. Damn. Looks like that didn't exactly go according to plan. Couldn't get Mari to talk. Maybe I need to work on my questioning technique. You have to do that again. Oh, bad end. No. Retry. Let's be not as mean. Maybe I can give her something. Well, no. If you don't start giving me absolute facts, what choice will I be left with? Naturally, I want you to believe me, Mr. Hyde, and I'd like to tell you everything, but part of this is very difficult for me. Okay, it really was that last bit that I fucked up on. What could be so difficult for you?
If I tell you, will you hear me out?
I wouldn't ask if I had no intention of listening. If there's something you've been holding back, now is the time to let me know.
There is something.
As I suspected, time to talk.
Yes, you're right. Half a year ago, after Pete had lost his life and the police called me, naturally, I cried and cried, but deep down...
Oh. Okay, I was shrimping. I've tried really hard to put my head back whenever I'm doing things, but it doesn't work out.
I cried and cried, but deep down, a part of me felt like I had been released. The only rational explanation was that I was feeling pleased to be apart from Peter.
Damn.
Mr. Hyde, after Mike died 13 years ago, I was left to fend for myself. That is until Peter started looking after me. We wed after the insurance money from Mike's policy was paid out. But I was still unsettled. Did he really love me, or did he have another motive for marrying me? After all, I had just been awarded a very substantial amount of money. It was on my mind all the time from the moment we moved in together until he died. After we got married, Peter began to use Mike's money to fund a business venture. At first, it went well,
So he lost all the money.
As time went on, things took a turn for the worst. We started arguing about money a lot of the time. Each time we had an argument, I felt myself drifting away from him one step at a time. If I'd known from the start that he'd had his eye on the money Mike left me, I would have distanced myself from him more. It would have been an easy decision. I would have realized that this was not the kind of person I needed in my life. The most ironic part of this whole story is before I could discuss this with Peter, he was gone. The brakes failed while he was driving, and his car plunged off a cliff.
So both instances the car plunged off a cliff?
It was virtually identical to what befell my brother Mike. They had one thing in common. They had both decided to take out secret insurance policies.
Brake line in the car connected to a piston connected to the brake pedal is full of liquid that's pressurized to presses all the way to the brake plate on the wheels, which squeezes onto the wheel rotors to make them stop. Oh, so it's like the pressure gets things to start and stop. Brake fluid itself is a liquid that doesn't have a lot of give for pressure, and it's a high boiling temp, which is why it isn't just like water, for example. Okay. So it won't just evaporate. Why don't they just use gears and stuff? As in, why doesn't it just be a mechanism of strings or wires and gears for it to turn on and turn off? Because that's what I thought it was. Is it just easier? like more reliable. Low resistance method. All right, fair enough. Okay. They had one thing in common. They both decided to take out secret insurance policies. And they both named me as the person to receive the money in the event of their deaths. That's why I'm being investigated for fraud. I've told them time and time again. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. So you say. I still got one more thing to ask you, Mari. It's about the incident that happened in the hotel 13 years ago. Why did you pretend you didn't know about it when we spoke yesterday? Especially seeing as your own husband, Peter Rivet, was one who discovered the body of the murdered individual. Mr. Hyde! It's true. He was the person who discovered the body on the 4th floor. 4th floor? But he wasn't alone. Mike was there with him. They discovered the body together, which is why they were killed. I'm sorry I lied to you about this yesterday, Mr. Hyde. I just wasn't ready to talk about the subject. So what happened? After discovering the body, Mike wasn't the same. He began to act strangely. The next thing I knew, he died in a car accident. I strongly believe that had he never made that discovery, he'd still be alive today. Mr. Hyde, now you know pretty much all there is to know about my past. Please don't make me go through it all again. Mari. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'm tougher than I look. Why do I have the feeling I've heard that somewhere before? Right. It was after Dad died and we moved to New York. My mum said the exact same thing to me. Trying not to spend too much time thinking about it. We say as we just accused her of so many things and brought it all up for her again. Yeah, try not to worry about it too much. Remember, we've only got a few more days in the building. If you find you need to get anything off your chest, give me a call. You'll listen to what I have to say? Yeah, sure, if you need to talk to someone. Mr. Hyde. No. Mari, I know it's tough, but can I ask you one more thing? Did either Peter or Mike ever have a conversation with you that mentioned Scarlet Star? Scarlet Star? Well, they mentioned the word star, I think. I see. If I recall correctly, it was while they were working. I distinctly remember that word being mentioned. My brother and husband used the word, along with others working in the hotel. Do you remember what kind of meaning it had? It was a sort of secret code, linked to the closing down party. What kind of party was it? Sorry, but that's something I can't help you with. That's all I can remember. Okay, no problem. Anyway, I've gotta go. Of course. She looks so dead. Her eyes, oh my god. She looks so done. Nearly done with my friend's OC design. Hell yeah. Do they give you like a bunch of prompts or do you have like a visual of it? Also, yeah, the sound effects in this game are so pleasant. Mari's husband and brother both seem connected to the incident 13 years ago. The word star, that was used by hotel staff then. It has some significance. Maybe that mysterious order sheet comes from someone connected to the hotel too. I can't figure out who sent it yet, but I can send back a response. I now have an empty envelope. I fold the order sheet and slide it into my pocket. We also have a penny. I put the coin inside the envelope, and now I have an envelope with a coin in it. Whoa! Such a specific thing to ask for. I don't have any pennies at home. Wait, oh shoot. What was the mailbox? Was it 404? Okay, since we have to put it into this mailbox, maybe it's not Dylan. Slots in the mailbox have been sealed shut with tape. What? You got this, Kyle. I just spent like a while peeling off a sticker on a really nice book that I'd gotten. Because I had one of those signed copy, first edition, stuck on it. And it's like, yeah, you just ruined the book. So I use a hairdryer to peel it off. And then to get the sticky residue off, I use 100% rubbing alcohol. I know, get out of here. Stop that. That's sorted. Now to sit out and wait for a reply. Festival and Comic-Con. We've got a convention starting soon, but don't know if I want to go or not. Got some sticky stuff remover spray because it bothers you too much. Yeah, I think luckily alcohol remover does it, but it's like sometimes, ugh, so annoying, so annoying. After I reach my room, I slump on the sofa and mull over the order sheet. Hotel Cape West closed down 13 years ago, and there was a party before the closure during which time a murder took place. The staff at the hotel had a secret code, star, that they used. What connection can that have to the order sheet? 4 o'clock already. Suppose I better get going. Wouldn't want to keep Dylan waiting. But let's mull over things for a bit. Hey, Dylan! Oh my god! Come on, Kyle. Double steps. Dylan's gonna be like, well, well, well. Look who showed up after all that big talk. Dylan. Hello, Mr. Hyde. I've been waiting for you. Well, I'm here now. Let's get this show on the road. You're on your own, I'm afraid. I'm not going in. You'll have to go on your own. He's gonna call Mrs. Patrice up here and rat me out. I thought we agreed you'd show me around. That's what you said earlier. I never said that. Maybe you weren't listening to me. Ah! Dylan. Dylan, you're being kind of sneaky. I said I'd let you in, not give you a guided tour. So you'll let me in. Yeah, I said I'd tell you how to get through the fire door. Got it. And if you know how to get through the door without setting off the alarm, you'll never have to deal with Mrs. Patrice getting upset if you go in there. Music to my ears. Dylan, Dylan, Dylan. First thing you need to do is disable the alarm. It's really simple. All you need to do is turn off the switches on the control panel. Sounds simple enough. I've used that panel before. Right, I nearly forgot about that. Anywho, let's move on to the next part. You'll need to disable another panel before you can get the door open. There's another one. There's a lever in a box to the right of the door. If it's turned off, you'll be able to open the door. Do you follow? Kinda. Think I got it. Please bear in mind that the knob on the reverse of the door is broken. So make sure you don't get stuck in there! That's definitely not gonna happen, I'm sure. Because you won't be able to get back out. Great. There's a toolbox to the door. If you look inside, you'll find a doorstop. Once you've got the door open, I recommend using that to prevent it from closing on you. That should be all you need to avoid getting trapped in there. I'll make a point of remembering it. I'll be in the hallway or the floor below, making sure that no one tries to come up here. Good plan. Then, once 30 minutes have passed, I'll come and get you. I'll reset the lever you disabled afterwards and reactivate the alarm. One last thing, try not to make any noise while you're in there, it just draws attention. You wouldn't want Mrs. Patrice to come looking for you. You got that right. Okay, I'll leave you to it. Bye. Dylan makes his way towards the stairs and disappears forever. Bye, Dylan. M-Com in Nottingham? Oh, I've never been to Nottingham. One of my friends is from there. And I almost went there for a gig, but then they ended up playing where I live, so I ended up not going. All I know is it's posh AF. Alright, we have to turn this off first, which we've done before. And now I know the strat for it. That should do it. No more. Oh, he just does it for me. Thanks, Kyle. And then this one too. Must be the other control panel Dylan was on about. We're gonna need a screwdriver. You need to pull the lever inside the box. Let's see. Oh. Whoa. The cover just came off. Kyle! Yeah, it won't stay open. It's like I have to use 2 hands. Okay, wait. Come on, come on, pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. It didn't work. God damn. Okay, how do you do this bit? Don't let the lid fall. Grab it and gently slide it to the bottom. Guys, we're gonna be stuck here for a bit. Get out of here, bug music. I got this. Oh my god! I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna make a save. Hold up. Save state. Done. Guys, I might be the best. I might be the best at DS emulation puzzles. That should do it. Now the lever is turned off. The fire door should open. Yikes. Oh, let's get that door stop. And pick up the doorstop. Let's go. Wait, did you use the doorstop? Did he use a doorstop? I don't know. Did he use a doorstop? This is the 4th floor. Seems what I heard was right. It's just like a hotel up here. Time to have a look around. He did. Okay, good. It's not opening. The door's locked. Damn. Oh well. Sneaky music. Huh? Well, well, well. Looky here. That's not good. Great, now I'm trapped in here. Wait a minute. Dylan said he'd come get me after 30 minutes. I can just hang back until then and he'll open the door. Unless Dylan is the one that removed it. Where the hell is he? I'm not going anywhere. Dylan totally framed us! I wait, trapped behind the 4th floor fire door in the unrenovated hallway. Damn it, it's definitely been more than 30 minutes. Maybe Dylan just thought he'd leave me here to rot. If I ever get out of here, he better pray I don't find him. Wish I'd paid a bit more attention to Dylan about keeping that door open. There's a toolbox next to the door. If you look inside, you'll find a doorstop. Once you've got the door open, I recommend using that to prevent exposure. That's all you need to do to avoid— Oh, wait, I just didn't use the doorstop. Damn. What the hell am I gonna do if no one opens that door? And then we get stuck there forever. No. All right, first things first. The back rooms a little bit. I can't believe Dylan left us. I place the doorstop underneath the fire door. Twitch saved you from my emotional paragraph long rant. A positive one. Hi, Faton. Oh my god, it's been forever. Although, what the fuck was up with the pregnant emoji on the stream schedule? Get out of here. Actually, get out of here. That should do it. I did that before. I try to forget when you do anything. The back room is becoming movie. This is like the noir detective back rooms. What? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. It's not opening. Looks like the door's locked. Okay, let's try 404. Love the pink tuber, thank you. It's Hotel Dusk themed. Huh? The room seems to be unlocked. Fancy that. Ooh, very fancy. But also weird setup. My mood is so good, I'll ignore child in the title. Wait, can I show you something? Wait, can I show you something? Hold up. I recorded this conversation because it was important. So we were chatting, and I said I'd have a chat with Child about taking over the world. And then I talked to Child about it, and Child was like, tell me, Coco, how good are you at taking over the world? And I said, I don't think you'll find anyone better at taking over the world than me on all of Moonacre Island. And then he said, whoa, I have so much respect for people who are good at taking over the world. And then we became best friends, and then he stared at a tree. Anyway, that's why that was really important. I had to show you that. He's probably still looking at that tree now. I don't know, but he was doing that the entire rest of the afternoon. It was just food for thought for him. Anyway. There's a distinctly moist smell in here. Ew! Don't tell me about that. The hotel rooms have been left like this for all of these years. Gross! Oh, there's footsteps. Footprints. I love this, like, sneaky Nancy Drew-ass music. A wash basin. Cupboards underneath it. Is that even connected to any war? Look at your beautiful face. My face is hidden behind all the dirt. I think it might be an improvement. Kyle, love yourself. Large bundles of old newspaper. Too damaged to read. They're really old. Have I heard of a game called Beacon Pines? Yes. It's so that name is so familiar. Hold up. Yeah, I definitely heard of this game. Yeah, I swear someone played it. I didn't watch it though. Desk in this room is relatively small. It's also discolored and a little bit unstable. Is there anything inside? Piece of paper. A handprint. Did you see that? Visible handprints on the desk and on some of the papers. Who just shoved their hands on there? Someone must have been searching around here, other than myself. Who the fuck is searching around by spreading their hands on stuff? You completed it a while back? How was it? What's this? Old card of some sort, but hard to tell because of all the dust. Just about make a star symbol underneath the layer of dust. Also got Hotel Cape West written on it. Can't make out the letters clearly enough. Do 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 do. You have to blow. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Do 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 do. Writing on the previously dust-covered card reads, "We would like to thank you for your patronage of Hotel Cape West over the years. In an attempt to show our gratitude, we hereby invite you to attend a final party to mark the official closure. If you're able to afford the time, we look forward to your attendance. December 10th, 1967. Hotel Cape West manager, Michael McGrath. A party invitation from 13 years ago. Party on the night of December 10th. That left Kathy, the wife of the manager, dead." Well, 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 look who showed up after leaving me here forever in that other timeline. Kyle doesn't know, but I do. Dylan, I've got beef with you. Mr. Hyde, we're almost out of time. You should come out soon. Time's up already. Just about. The longer you stay in there, the more likely we are to get caught by Mrs. Patrice. You better come out right away. I get the message. That's too bad. Better cut my losses for now. God damn it. How was the 4th floor? Did you find anything good in there? Unfortunately not. Just a lot of rooms filled with dust. Actually, not even. We didn't even go into the other rooms. Not exactly the result you were hoping for. If I tell him everything I did up there, this chat could go on for ages. Before I forget, even though you know how to get into the 4th floor now, try not to go up there when there are people around. You don't want to get found out by the other tenants, especially Mrs. Patrice. Makes sense. I have to go now. Thanks for nothing, Dylan. He's got a point. The last thing I need is people prying into my business. I think I'll hold on for a bit before making a return trip. 5 p.m. Well, well, well. Coco, I threw up? No! Stop that! Why did you throw up? Did you take something? I will hold your hair next time while waiting. Oh no. We've just joined an argument. It made me feel better immediately afterwards, though. That's good. That's always a positive. It's nice when you have like a big tummy ache and then you throw up and then you don't have a tummy ache anymore. You damn fool. I can hear some raised voices coming from further down the hallway. Oh yeah, watch me. Stop. What's going on here? Is that Tony and Old Man? It is. Looks like Tony and Frank are having a bit of a disagreement about something.
Welp, welp, welp.
You're wasting your breath. I know exactly what you did. I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell you're going on about. Just admit it, you half-wit. Damn. Admit what? How many times do I have to say it? I have no idea what you mean. Tony, what's going on? Hey. Spilla, what did you do? Is there a problem here, guys? Tony, do you want to explain what's going on here? Hyde! It's nothing, just a bit of a communication problem. Is that how you would explain it? The old fool's accusing me of being a thief. Again? Tony, how many times is this gonna happen to you? You're a shifty-looking guy, that's why I'm asking you about the theft. Just own up to what you did and we can put this matter behind us. How can I own up to something I didn't do? You better stop throwing those accusations around real quick. I don't care how old you are. I'll take this to the next level. Tony, maybe you should calm down a little. If you start throwing your fists around, you're gonna regret it later. When he gets agitated, he resorts to using his fists. He's simply that kind of person. I'm warning you, Gramps. See what I mean? Mr. Raver, I'm not trying to interfere, but you might want to take that discussion elsewhere. Where shouting at each other out in the corridor is just going to annoy others. A good suggestion, Mr. Hyde. Tony, this is not over. We will continue this later. Frank utters his farewell and leaves. Senile old fool. Tony, you mind telling me what the hell that was all about? Same old crap. Really? Why is he accusing you? You sure you didn't do anything to set him off? I haven't done anything. He's got his facts wrong. Not really surprising at his age. Have you got any idea why he's on the warpath? It's his tape recorder, the one he always carries around with him during his strolls. Can't say I've noticed. What's it like? One of those small ones, like the ones that fit in your hand. When he's on his walkabouts, he always has it in his hand. He seems to spend a lot of time walking around and muttering stuff into that thing. Everyone in the building's seen him do it. Anyway, he started grilling me because that thing's gone missing. Why did he assume you had anything to do with it? I don't know. We only bumped into each other by accident. That's all it took to set him off, the old crank. Tony, where did you run into each other? It was in the lobby, just after he'd come up from the basement. The basement? When was it? Not sure. Is it important? It'd be better if you could tell me. I'm pretty sure it was just after 4. Can't believe I'm being put through this again. Why do people always figure I'm to blame? Tony. So you're absolutely positive you had nothing to do with the tape recorder going missing? I tell you, man, I'm clean. Look, I gotta get out of here for a bit. Get some fresh air. Later, Hyde. Tony walks off. Bye, Tony. What's got Frank so worked up? There's something fishy about this. Almost like he's hiding something. Frank? Damn, the Hardy Boys really fell apart. Which room is he in? Everyone here is a mess. Yeah, all I'm thinking about is baked beans right now, guys. I don't know. My brain. The hunger is hitting me. Have we been in the basement? I don't know how to get into the basement. Oh, that's how you get down the basement. Have I never come this way before? Things in this bucket are all for cleaning floors. Dirty towels. So much real estate down here. Oh, what a nice room. A large washing machine. Broken. Let's use this one. Me and this machine have been through a lot together. Not the glass needing a wash. Old TV on a stand. Won't turn on, maybe it's broken. Are those records? Oh, magazines. No, I've never really bothered to look at the magazines here. Charlie! So echoey. Empty bottles of detergent. Someone's just leaving empty bottles all around. I bet it's Tony. You think Tony washes his clothes? Something on the table. The recorder! Must have cracked when it fell from the table. Guess I better return it. Well, well, well. Fancy that. Once again, Tony is a victim of a crime he did not commit again. So a trick to closing it. Soul is one of those. God, I'm so glad I've never had to use a communal washing machine before. Anything in the bin? Nothing. More detergent. What about here? Can I go in? I can. Old cardboard boxes, taped up so I can't open them. Just cleaning stuff anyway. Soil cardboard box. Dirty cardboard box. Shabby looking wooden box. I love wooden boxes. It'd be nice to not have the kitchen space taken up by the machines, but also it'd be such a bother. It would be the worst. We have a washing machine in like a cupboard in the boiler room. in the boiler closet, I should say. So it's kind of out of the way. I feel like there's a lot of shelf space here and so few cardboard boxes. It's also nice because when we turn the washing machine on and we close the door, you can kind of like, it definitely mutes a lot of the noise, which is good. I think when we eventually move, it would be, that's kind of how I'd want it. I'd kind of want it like shoved away in like a little closet or something. That'd be nice.
TV.
There's no reason it's plugged in. It costs so much to set all that up. Yeah. Maybe like in the future, once you've like taken care of everything. But it's kind of like a very back of the mind kind of thing. Like, it's not really the first thing you'd want to deal with. They love cabinets. That's a really cute looking cabinet though. I bet you'd find that on Facebook Marketplace. Nothing back here. Okay, what floor is he on? I mean, what room is he in? There's so many rooms. I swear this is Dylan's room. Huh. Not in? What a pain. Let's go down to Tony, maybe. It's my pager. Okay, so he's in the room right above. Right, he's in the room right above mine. I remember that because we were complaining about the noises he was making. I think we should look at what's on the recorder. Red Crown, how may I help you? It's me. Do you have an update? Yes, I've unearthed some extra information on Rex Foster. What is it? Before he went into insurance investigations, he worked as a reporter for a magazine. Interesting. What kind of magazine? It was called Los Angeles Beat. It was a weekly publication that covered current affairs. Looks like it was pretty classy, too. How does a guy working for a decent magazine like that end up doing dirty work like this? That's the question. You got anything on the hotel? Not yet, I'm afraid. I've still got a few leads to follow up on, though. Understood. I didn't mean to have you work through Sunday, Rachel. It's no problem. I didn't have any plans anyway. Plus, it's nice to hear your voice. Yours too. Damn, Rachel, working on a Sunday? I nearly forgot. Better go and see if Frank's back. They are way too nosy. The hell? Louis? Tony? Door's open. Yeah, but would she get overtime for... oh. That's him. What's Frank doing in there? I think I'll just go straight in. Damn! What are you doing in here? Hey, Frankie! Oh my god, what is this place? Wait, we need to investigate. Mr. Hyde, I'd appreciate if you left me in peace. God damn it, let me investigate. Wait, okay, we can at least look around. Not the girly poster up there. He's got a huge record collection though. Or books, I don't know. Hey. What is it? What are you doing here? I can assure you I'm not doing anything that could be considered illegal. Not that it's any of your business anyway. I'm not interested in being lied to. Tell me the truth. This is Tony's room and I don't see him around. How did you get in and why are you here? Frank, what are you doing? Hey. Can you hear me? You won't find what you're looking for. It's always the old people. They always do this. They pretend they're suddenly deaf. Would you care to explain exactly how you can be so sure? I found your tape recorder. You what? There's no reason why you need to search Tony's room. If you've got it, please return it to me at once. I have something extremely important on that tape recorder. I'll give it back to you. But before I do, I'd like you to answer my questions. They were so rude. What's on it? Why should I share the details of my private property with you, Mr. Hyde? Now you listen to me, old man. More importantly, how did my tape recorder come into your possession in the first place? It was on the laundry floor, dude. You did? You told me you went to the laundry today, didn't you? You may be beginning to realize that you got the wrong man. Perhaps now you can tell me why you're so quick to point the finger at Tony. Isn't it obvious? He looks like the kind of person who'd go around lying and stealing. Wow! He has a criminal record, too. Once a person has committed such crimes, it's very hard to break the habit. He might think he wants to put all that behind him and start a new life, but he can't. I don't think it's up to you to make that decision. Of all the people who want to start a new life, there's always some that succeed. I think their numbers are very low, though. In Tony's case, I'd say it's next to impossible. He can't change, at least not until he feels genuine remorse for his shady past. What did he do? Did he murder someone? Because, like, this is a bit excessive. What kind of things did he do? Tell me what you think Tony did. Also, we're having this argument in Tony's room that we broke into. He's responsible for a violent incident that caused a lot of pain and suffering. When did that take place? It happened twice. The first was 5 years ago, and the second was 4. He was also arrested for theft, but there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. Okay. How do you know about his past? I've got friends in the police force, Mr. Hyde. They give me information. Uh-huh. What is it? Are you trying to say that you're an ex-cop? About time you pieced that together. I worked on the LA police force right until I retired. Now I'm beginning to make sense of all of this. Mr. Raver? What is it? I don't really give a damn if you're a cop once or not. But I strongly recommend you stop assuming people are guilty without gathering all the facts. Humph. Tony didn't take your tape recorder. He had nothing to do with it. Searching his room won't make a blind bit of difference, because I already found it elsewhere. It was on the floor in the laundry all along. Here, this is it, right?
This guy.
What happened to the case? It's cracked. I guess it must have cracked when it fell off the table and hit the floor. Hang on. Where's the tape that was inside? I don't know. This is how it was when I picked it up. I see. I may have misjudged you a little, Mr. Hyde. I want to thank you for returning this. I'm not interested in your thanks. Maybe you should try giving Tony an apology instead. Once the tape is safely back in my possession, I shall do just that.
No, you can do it now.
Frank's tape has gone missing. More importantly, he's left this room practically upside down.
Yeah, maybe put all the stuff back away first, Frank.
My God. This guy. Not the audition tapes. I wonder what his songs are like. Well, didn't you say that you heard him play his music and it wasn't good? This letter paper. I don't believe it. It's the same as the order sheet I received. What's Tony doing with paper like this?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Hyde. Sorry for coming into your room without permission. Don't sweat it, it's no prob. Really? I just met old man Raver. He told me he found his tape recorder and returned it to him. Yeah, that's right. Also said he came to see me and noticed that the door was open. You came in when you saw him inside and asked him some questions. That pretty much covers it, right? Oh, damn, okay. I thought this was gonna be a much bigger misunderstanding. Pretty much. Did you hear anything about the tape, Tony? What tape? Frank said there was a tape inside the tape recorder, but it's missing. He did say something like that. I don't know where it could be, though. Tony doesn't know about it either. Maybe it's time you eased up on playing detective, Hyde. Stop thinking about the tape and take it easy. Now I stop to think about it. It's been quite a while since you've been in my room. You're right. One more thing, though, Tony. Yeah? Did you leave a letter in my room? Hmm? A letter? Nothing to do with me. I've never even considered writing you a letter, man. You're telling me the truth, right? Cross my heart. I mean, I write letters from time to time, just not to you. Who'd you write to? I thought you'd have guessed it by now. I write them to Betty. I got this plan for us to give each other presents at Christmas. The problem is, I just can't seem to get the wording right. Tell me, Tony, where'd you lay your hands on that paper? An envelope. They were given to me. By who? I got them from Dylan? Interesting. Dylan. Your name seems to constantly flow through my ears. In relation to suspicious activity, Dylan. You know the guy from the third floor? I know of Dylan. Hey Hyde, why don't you hang here for a while? I'll let you hear my latest song. I think I'll take a rain check. I got a few things I need to sort out. Okay, maybe next time. I got someone to harass. Yeah, the character designs in this game are really good. I mean, they're all based on real people, which is kind of cool. Is that Dylan? Well. Hi, Mr. Hyde. Dylan, I wanted to ask you something. Ask me something? What is it? Did you write me a letter? Did you give Tony the paper? Yeah, it was me. Is there some sort of problem? I just wondered where you got that from. Actually, they were given to me too. I got them as presents for all my hard work. They're from Mrs. Patrice. Okay. I figured I had no use for them, so I passed them on to Tony. I see. So you haven't put a letter in my door recently. A letter? Certainly not me. Why would I be writing you letters? If I have something that I want to say to you, I'd rather just come and say it. Yeah, I expect you would. Why are you asking anyway? Nothing. Just checking something. If you're really curious about something to do with that letter set, maybe you should pay a visit to Mrs. Patrice and ask her directly. In fact, I was on my way there. Shall we pay a visit together? Together? Well, I'll have to see her anyway, to return something I borrowed. Come on, let's go. Fair enough. Something about Dylan. Oh, hey, Dylan's with me. Woo! Woo! Let's go. Never mind, we should probably knock. How's my day been? It's been very good. It has not changed since the first time you asked, which has been pretty good. Especially because this game is super fun. Oh, I wasn't expecting to see the both of you here. Sorry, my bad. It's okay. How's your day been? Is there something I can help you with? It's nothing special. We just bumped into each other as we were both heading here. I came over to return these to you. Here you go. Just coloring artworks? Nice. That's like my favorite part of doing my artworks. Just like when you get past all the line stuff. Ugh. Although, then I get too perfectionist and I leave art for like a year and I don't get back to it. Oh, what are those keys for? Wow, thank you, Dylan. Okay, now I can leave you both. Bye. Dylan hurries off. What are those keys? They're just spare keys to the apartments. Dylan occasionally has need to borrow them from me. For one, it's necessary for when he's doing certain types of maintenance. Okay, that makes sense. So he's got access to our apartments sometimes. Mr. Hyde, to what do I owe this pleasure? I just wanted to ask you something, actually. What might that be? Did you give Dylan a letter set, perhaps? A letter set? Oh yeah, I remember. Yes, I did give him one. I see. I remember it clearly. Can you recall where you got it from? Why, Mr. Hyde, would you like a set too? If that's the case, I'm gonna have to disappoint you. That was the last one I had. If you're really keen though, you could try buying one yourself. If memory serves, they're on sale at the local drugstore. They aren't very expensive either. Okay, so it's not difficult to find. Have you left a letter in my door recently? A letter? Well, I put a copy of the closing notice in your mailbox, but nothing more. Have you not checked it yet? Actually, I've already read that letter. That's good to hear. Is that all you came here to ask me, Mr. Hyde? That's about it. Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, actually, there was something else. There was? Mr. Wolf from 201 has promised to settle his rent after all. Tony said that, did he? He did. He called me earlier to assure me that he'll be settling his debt soon. That's good news. It is. Now I must be going. I was worried that she would be like, hey, can you go get it from him? Because I do not want to do that. So, where is he getting that money from then? Oh, Kyle. I returned to my room. I just can't get it out of my head. Who could have sent me that order sheet? Doesn't matter how hard I think about it, there's no answer in sight. Guess I should set my mind to uncovering a little more of the Scarlet Star. I think it's time to take a look at the 4th floor. Oh, I thought we were going to go to bed. Let's do that. I'm not gonna lie, if someone were constantly like knocking on my door in our building, oh my god. I have never interacted with anyone in my building, ever. The only time is like a passing smile, and that's it, you know? Like a passing smile or a conversation in the lift, which is usually unprompted. And I'm like, okay, bye. But I just found out who lives next to me like yesterday because we both ran into each other, and that was it. We don't know each other's name. I don't know who they are. I just know that they live next to me, and that's it. So I find it kind of wild in situations like this where people are just like actually on first name basis and know each other, even if they don't talk that much. The door's open. Interesting. Whoever's in there had the sense to use a doorstop too. Frank! I recognize that figure. Hey. Oh! What are you doing here? Frank? Mr. Raver, what brings you all the way here? And just how has that got anything to do with you? It hasn't, but isn't the 4th floor off limits to everyone? I'm well aware of that, but I could ask you the same question, Mr. Hyde. Why are you skulking around where you shouldn't be? I kind of stumbled here. It didn't take me long to see the fire doors open. I thought Dylan must have been inside, so I poked my head in. Except I didn't find Dylan, I found you. So I'll ask you again, what are you doing up here? I arrived here much like you. I noticed the door was ajar and came inside to investigate. I saw that nobody was here, and I thought that someone had forgotten to close the door. I'm gonna have to give Dylan a piece of my mind when I see him. Okay. Frank stops the discussion and leaves. He must be a fool if he thinks I'm buying that story. What could he have been doing here? Frank. Did he mess with anything here? Oh, one of the doors is open. There's an imprint of something at the back. And these have been moved around, I think. Oh, that document's gone. It smells like the curtains aren't the only thing hanging in there. Ew! Old newspapers. Steep natural paranormal with autumnal colors. Autumnal colors. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's probably full of like termites or something too. You probably wouldn't want to. Is there something in here? We never went in here before. I don't know if I'd want to, but moldy. I'm not going near it. That's fair. Huh? Tony? Hey, Hyde. What are you doing all the way up here? Why is everyone up here? I could ask you the same question. Yeah, well, I have, You have what? Damn it, man, I'm no good at keeping things secret. Spit it out, Tony. What are you doing up here? Okay. I'll tell you, but first, tell me your reason for being up here. I mean, you must have a reason, right? Not really, just taking a stroll. A stroll? You? Yeah, is that a crime? I figured it'd be nice to see the floor before you'll have to move out. When I got to the top of the stairs, I saw the fire doors open. Is that weird? That's the same reason I'm here. Uh-huh. I hate to ask, but could you make yourself scarce this time? I'll take a look around up here, but I don't want to do it alone. No? Sorry, but my stroll's not finished. Maybe you should go home and come back another time. Me? Come on, man. Take a hike and leave me up in peace. Why are you so keen on being alone? Just trust me on this, man. You hang around, it's all gonna go wrong and I won't get the cash. Cash? What cash? Forget about that, it's my business. I'm getting a pretty clear picture of you, Tony. You call Max to tell it the rent's coming soon. Betty thinks you're gonna buy her a snazzy Christmas present. Where's all this money coming from? It's my business, it's got nothing to do with you. How are you getting all the money to pay for these things? I got something lined up, that's all. What have you got lined up? What's with you, man? Are you deaf? Hey. You planning on ripping me? Ripping somebody else off? What would I do a thing like that? Tony, you better come clean. Hyde, wait a sec. I haven't done anything yet. Yet? Why are you hanging around up here? Look, Hyde, I'm begging you. Let's have this chat another time. This time I have to be alone. Just turn around and leave, will you? You expect me to just do what you say? Please, Hyde. If you don't take my advice, things could turn out nasty. Turn nasty? Who's planning on paying you a visit? I can't tell you that. What the fuck? Let me guess. You're expecting Dylan? Are you crazy? Why would I want to meet him? You already told me how to get up here. Then who? I can't tell you. Look, Hyde, I'm begging you. Let's have this chat another time. This time I have to be alone. Show out evil. Frank? But Frank was just here. Please go back to your room. If you're here when he turns up, my plan's gonna disappear in a puff of smoke. Yeah, Dylan's just giving everyone the lowdown. What the hell are you up to? I can't tell you. I just can't. Just what is Tony hiding? I don't have enough of the facts to pressure him further. Girl, what is this plan you're talking about? I can't tell you. Uh-huh. I just can't. What is Tony hiding? I don't have enough. What? What's up with this? I don't know. Wait here for a bit. Hide? I'm gonna go look for stuff. What are you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. Is there something I can use? I need to find something to use against him. Wait here for a sec. Tony's still inside. I better leave it open. What do I need? Maybe Frank's in. There he is. What do you what do you want? I just wanted to ask you something. What is it now? It's about why you were up in room 404. Were you hoping to meet someone there? Well, actually Tony called me up there. Just as I'd suspected. Do you know why? I haven't got a clue. He said something about having an important topic to discuss. Did you end up meeting him then? No, because you turned up and I decided not to go through with it. I see. Anyway, I'm sick to the back teeth of this subject. I'm too busy to stand here. Please leave. I still have to ask you something. Did you get your tape back? I'm still looking. Okay. Maybe he was gonna blackmail him. We done now. I have things to do. That's how it went down. Is this Dylan's room? Oops. I love how I could just leave him there. Okay, Tony. Hey. If I let you in on this, then you're gonna know how worthless a human being I am, Tony. You're worthless already! You're not worthless. It's okay. Really? You shouldn't have a low opinion of yourself. But if you're so sure that whatever you're doing is gonna soil your name, stop what you're about to do and leave. It's always the same. Every time I do something like this, I end up regretting it later. That's all I do, is regret. Tony! What the heck? What do you regret doing, Tony?
You see...
It's about what you did in the past, isn't it?
What? What do you know about my past?
I've heard all about you, Tony. I was told by someone who knew about your previous convictions.
Who could have told you about that?
Frank Raver.
Him? How did he know?
He's an ex-cop like me, used to be part of the LAPD. Even though he's off the force, he still doesn't take too kindly to ex-felons.
Figures. So now you know.
What was your plan, Tony?
I can't tell you.
Out with it. You're not doing a very good job of hiding it anyway.
What?
You're planning to.
Send him to the hospital.
Extort money, right?
No.
The old man told me everything. He told me that you called him up here with something you needed to talk about.
He what?
But when he got here, you were nowhere to be seen. Then I turned up and he went back to his room.
That's what he said? Great, now you know. I was planning to have him meet me up here. Then I was gonna make him a deal he couldn't refuse. Ever since the notice went out about this place closing, he's been coming to the 4th floor to look for something. I noticed he carried his beloved tape recorder with him when he did. I thought if I could hear the contents of the tape, I'd know what he was after.
Did he actually steal it then? So where's his tape?
I've got it somewhere safe. I was planning on returning it to him if he could meet my price. I'm certain there's stuff in there he'd rather keep to himself.
Tony.
I can't believe I've been such a fool.
Yeah, you've pretty much redefined stupidity this time.
Hi, LD. I'm bullying him.
You really need to think more. If you spent as much time on your music as you do, on these crazy schemes,
you might actually get somewhere and make some money.
Threatening people with violence just doesn't suit you, you know?
It's always the same old story. I end up doing stuff that isn't really me. And that's how I managed to hurt the 2 people you heard about from Frank. I just started selling some of my music then, too. My manager squandered the money we'd made from the concert, and I just saw red. Can't say he looked very pretty after I'd finished with him.
Damn.
The second time involved some street punk. There was a diehard fan who didn't stop listening to my stuff, even after the first incident. This punk started wailing on the guy. I jumped in and sent the punk to hospital. This time I didn't get off so lightly. The record company severed my contract. And from then on, all my efforts have been mounted to next to nothing. I'm such an idiot.
If you can see that this isn't the right way to live your life, then change.
You think if I could do that, I'd even be in this situation?
If you're serious, then yeah. If you stop thinking up ways to beat people senseless or get money from them, you'll be heading in the right direction. Sure, it'll take time and might be a pain in the ass, but you'll get there in the end. You'll be able to put the old Tony behind you and start afresh.
Hyde! You said start afresh. You're not the first person to tell me that's what I need to do.
Who told you before?
The fan I rescued from that punk. You know what that fan said to me? I love your songs and I have them all, but you've got to get out of this rut you're in. You're only hurting yourself. What? Start afresh and put the past behind you. Start to live a better life. That's how it was, Hyde. I made a promise to that fan. I promised to start afresh and put the past behind me. I vowed to make the best music I'd ever made.
Maybe it's about time you made good on that promise. You wouldn't want to let your fans down, would you?
Hyde.
Pull yourself together, Tony. You just have to really put your mind to it.
You really think I can? You're right. What you said just now, I think I can change.
I hope you can, for your sake. But what am I gonna do about the old man's tape? Give it to me, I'll look after it. Just tell him you gave it to me and I'll sort out the rest. You serious? Would I say it if I wasn't? That animation. Ooh. I'm counting on you, Hyde. I'm gonna head back to my room. Tony makes his way out. Tony. I think I'll head back to my room. No way I'm giving this back without hearing it. Of course. Of course. I think sometimes everyone needs a Kyle Hyde in their life. Not all the time. That's too much Kyle. Just sometimes. Whoops, that's not home. He's only got vinyl players and stuff. Could I use it on the answering machine, maybe? Oh, you can! Damn. Did I break it? Crap. I broke the tape. No! Damn, that's gone and done it. That's never coming back. How the hell am I gonna explain that to Frank? No! God damn. Give up. I'm done. To go back. What the hell? It's just music. All right, let's flip that around. Fagandehoe coherent. Thing's broken? Just playing it isn't getting me anywhere. What do you want me to do? What do you do with a tape? Do we need to blow it? Can you play it quickly and also... Can you do like... Oh, okay. 13 years ago, a person died at Hotel Cape West. The deceased was Kathy McGrath. The voice of an elderly man comes from the tape. Investigation memo number 0083. Frank's voice. The state of the 4th floor is just as it was 13 years ago. My initial sweep of room 404, where Kathy McGrath's body was found, is complete. Before vacating the building, I must find the lost item connected with Condor. Kathy McGrath. That's the name of the victim from the murder 13 years ago. Now I know that it was room 404 that her body was discovered in, too. Looks like Frank has been looking into the events of the murder that took place. What does he mean by lost items connected with Condor? The question is, why is Frank investigating the incident from 13 years ago? Without wanting to jump to conclusions, maybe he's got some sort of connection to the hotel. I think it's time for me to get my head together. Ooh! After returning from a walk early December 21st, I ran into Mags. I asked if I could take a look around the 4th floor, but she refused. Someone overheard my chat with Mags, and that person was... Dylan. He said he'd gladly show me around the 4th floor. We agreed to meet up there at 4 o'clock. My page started bleeping, so I got Rachel on the phone. She had some new information about the murder in the hotel 13 years ago, revealed that the person who discovered the body was... Peter River. The person who discovered the body was none other than Peter River, who happened to be Mari's husband. Armed with the information Rachel had given me, I went to question Mari. She talked about accusations of insurance fraud and about her husband and brother. I learned that Mike, her brother, saw the body as well. I learned about secret code. Mari let slip that the hotel staff used star as a secret code word. It was connected to the party that was thrown just prior to the closure of the hotel. They used a cutout from the photo in her room? That's true! Which means it's definitely not the other picture that was in her room. So that must have been her brother. I listened to Frank's tape, which I got from Tony. I finally knew what Frank had been investigating. He was looking into... Kathy's murder. Murder in room 404, 13 years ago. Memo regarding the unsolved murder case. I listened to the entire content of the tape. It says something about what Frank was actually trying to find. Turns out he's investigating lost items connected to Condor. I'm not the only one looking into this building's past. But why is Frank so focused on this even after retirement? Why would he still be looking into that unsolved case 13 years ago? A murder 13 years ago. The disappearance of the Scarlet Star 25 years ago. There has to be some sort of connection that links the two. Why do I get the feeling that my questions are just leading to more questions? 25 years ago implies that whoever was alive back then and was an adult is probably a lot older now. So maybe closer to Frank's age? Well. Ooh, chapter 5. But that's about it for today, guys. I'm gonna call it here. And we're gonna find out that stuff. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Except you, Alti, and Flint, y'all have to be there for the Bratz movie night, so I'll see y'all there in a bit. Bye!